Welcome, everybody. So, today we're going to talk about a book called The Alchemist. Now, this is one of those books that you don't want to judge by its cover because the title of the book, the subtitle, does not say that it's about self development. And I'm going to be honest, I would have never picked up this book if I didn't hear other people talk about it. So, this is one of those cultural phenomena that a lot of people have read about it, a lot of people kind of talk about it, but if you look at just the book by itself, you're never going to pick it up because it doesn't say anything about personal development. So what I want to do is I want to just talk about a few points, a few quotes from the book that I think are very important. And as always, the extended analysis is going to be in the description below. I highly recommend check it out because if you do this video, do that, and then you kind of pick up the book and read that, you'll be amazed on how much value you can get out of that book. So this book is very subjective because your personal experiences are going to determine what you get out of this book. So this might not work for you if you're doing it for a high school project. So the main story of the book is the main character of the book is from a small town where everyone wants to be happy, of course, right? But they also want to travel. And this guy decides that, well, listen, if I become a shepherd, I can be happy and I can travel. So that's what he does. He becomes a shepherd. And along the journey of being a shepherd, he's sold on this idea of a treasure in the middle of nowhere. And he starts taking journey. It's like 1,000+ mile journey. And he meets new people. He meets interesting people. He meets all kinds of people. And the lessons learned during that journey is what this book is all about. So what I want to do is just talk about a few quotes that I think are important, some things you can do right away to start taking action steps that I also think that can help you greatly to get a lot out of this book. So the first quote, if good things are coming, they will be a pleasant surprise, said the seer. If bad things are, and you know in advance, you will suffer greatly before they even occur. And that's what majority of our life is, right? We spend so much time worrying about things. We spend so much time with thinking, and honestly, 99% of those things never happen. And this is one of the quotes I love from Mark Twain, where he said, I've had a lot of worries in my life, most of which never happened. And that's life in general. We spend so much of our energy thinking about stuff that's never going to happen, that we don't live our life to its full potential. And that's one of the things he's talking about in this book, that if we focus on the now, if we focus on what we have, and don't spend that much time worrying about things, we can live our life and we can enjoy our life. Second quote, makes sense, the alchemist answered. Naturally, it's afraid that in pursuing your dream, you might lose everything you want. Now, just to kind of let you know, the alchemist is a chemist, right? And the shepherd meets this chemist when he's going through the journey through all kinds of countries, the desert, and everything. And this chemist he's an interesting character because he's trying to turn lead into gold, right? And there's a whole story behind it that I go into more in the extended analysis. But this alchemist is saying, listen, often we don't do things we want to do because we're afraid. And I can tell you from my personal experience that going after your dreams is very scary. Because you know what? You think you're going to lose everything. You start thinking about the worst things. You start thinking about, oh my God, if that happens, if this happens. And the worry stops us from accomplishing the things we want to accomplish. And I want you to kind of question yourself. Hey, why am I not doing what I want to do? If you really dig down, you'll be amazed on how much of you not doing what you want to do is because of the fears that you have. And this comes from a personal experience that the universe has a way of kind of putting honeypots in your way where it'll make you comfortable. It'll make you just satisfied with what you have so you don't take that jump. But if you really, really want to achieve your personal legend, aka your life goals, not just making 10 grand more, 20 grand more, 30 grand more, but your life goals. And I think if you make that jump, you will be amazed on how much you will achieve. Just take that jump once. Set up your criteria. Hey, A, B, and C needs to be in order for me to take the jump, and just take that jump. You'll be amazed on how much you're going to grow personally and how much more you'll be able to achieve. A third quote, why don't people's heart tell them to continue to follow their dreams? The boy asked the alchemist. Because that one makes a heart suffer the most. And the heart don't like to suffer. And isn't that true? Right? In our life, we're going towards pleasure and away from pain. We don't want to do things that cause us pain, right? Going for our goals, it causes us pain. We have to give something up. We have to be uncomfortable, right? But, there is one secret I've discovered, and if you don't get anything from this video and you get one thing, that would be that everything you want in your life deep down is behind the pain, behind the failure. And this takes a lot of time to discover. It took me, I would say, more than a decade to figure this out, that everything I want is beyond the pain, is beyond what I'm comfortable with. For example, I've worked out for a long, long time and never saw results, right? I've done different programs. But once I realized that, hey, listen, pain is what matters. Once I start having pain, that's when it counts. I gotta tell you, in just last 4 months, I've achieved great things in my life. Just with my workout, I've achieved wonderful things because I go through the pain. I push through the pain. And that sets a precedent in your life that if you push through the pain in one area, that trickles down to other areas of your life. So try it. Self-reflect on why you don't do certain things and how you can push through that pain. And listen, there's going to be a lot of times you can't. You can't trust yourself. That's where your accountability partner comes in. That's where you need somebody holding you accountable. Now, the last quote from the book. If someone isn't what others want them to be, the others become angry. Everyone seems to have a clear idea of how other people should lead their lives, but none about his or her. We are a full-time project. Full-time project. From working on ourselves to working on our goals, we are a full-time project. We can change other people. But if we look at ourselves as a full-time project and focus on ourselves as a full-time project, I think you'll be amazed on how much you can achieve. Because what other people do is none of our concern. It really isn't. Because there's so many dimensions of the human experience that we have that we need to explore. And if we start thinking about other people all the time on how they should be, what they should do, we can't achieve our goals. And all our minds want us to do is think that, hey, it's important that what other people do is very important because that's where it feels in control. But the only thing we are in control is ourselves. That is all what we're in control. Nobody else. So let's focus on ourselves. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to leave this mind map in the description below. The extended analysis in the description below as well. I hope you got something out of this video. Have a great day. Bye-bye.